Today my topic is standard language. So the standard language is a form of language that develops from a regional dialect which is acceptable by all people, which is acceptable by all community where they are living. The language that is being taught to the children as a second language, or we can say as a foreign language, whereas standard language becomes the language of media, administration, judiciary, and formal education. Standard languages are the result of a direct and deliberate intervention by society. Now, this intervention is called standardization. Deliberately and intentionally means those people who are in authority, they intervene or get involved, and out of so many dialects they select just one, and then they develop that selected language as our standard language, which is used in print media, as I told you, in the print media, in electronic media, in courts, parliaments, and textbooks. So this variety is taught to the children who wanted to learn that language as a second language. Now the next point is steps. The steps which are in standard language. There are 4 steps. The first one is selection. Now selection has further 3 steps as well. The one is existing variety, such as the one used in an important political and commercial center, whereas the second point is amalgamation. Standard language can be a mixture of various varieties. For example, in Urdu there are words of Turkish, Persian, Hindi, and Arabic. However, in some cases, the chosen variety has been one with no native speakers at all. The third point is no native speakers at all. Now, if we take an example of a Norwegian language, which is a classical language and which has no speakers nowadays, it is dead now. But now they want to revive this language deliberately and intentionally and make people learn and acquire this language. So this thing is called selection, which involves 3 steps. The one is existing variety, the second is amalgamation, and the third one is no native speakers at all. The second point is codification. Now, codification means that we need some academy or agency to fix the variety in order to make rules for ambitious citizens who want to learn that variety language by following grammar books and dictionaries. The third point is elaboration of functions. So now, in order to inculcate, in order to imbue, or in order to put that thing in the minds, we need to implement that variety in teaching, in courts, parliaments, and for writing any literary piece. Any literary piece by giving guidelines how to write letters and alphabets. It is also called an official language. The last point is acceptance. Standard language must be accepted by the relevant population as a variety of the community, or as the national language as well. So standard language serves as a strong unifying force for the state, as a symbol of independence because of uniqueness which makes them separate nation on the world map. Now here is a conclusion. To sum up, we can say that if a foreigner comes to Pakistan in order to learn Punjabi, Pashto, or Balochi, he will be taught that variety which is used in book, in print media, as I've told you, because these are the tools from which a standard language can grow up. So newspapers or textbooks. As Punjabi has different dialects, but he will be taught which is used in these fields which I mentioned above. So that was the conclusion. That is the presentation from my side. Thank you for listening me.